Welcome to my new video. It is a pleasure to see you guys again. It is a pleasure, and this one is going to be a very motivation, and it's going to be a one that people are going to learn from, and people are going to know the right thing they're supposed to do, and the right path, and we could learn from this type of people who have achieved something in this life of comfort. Um, this one is going to be a one that will make everyone to know that some things are going on, and we should know the type of future we are going to have in the life we personally come for when it comes to the technology sector. So today I'm talking about the banking sector today, and I'm going to talk about the first bank that was first established in Nigeria. But before I go there, let us define what bank is. Why is bank in existence? The reason why bank is in existence was because people that were using their money, they were saving their money in their home. And when the idea of people to try their best to put their money in a place that was more safer, because by the time I save majority of my money in my home, there could be any issue. There could be stealing, there could be anything can happen that could make that money to go away. So that was when the idea of letting us create an institution that we could save money. But it took a very long time before it could get to this country, Nigeria. So that is why I'm trying to bring out the ideas so that we all could learn from this type of issues, so that we all could improve and we could know the right path and the right area we could use to become more better in the area of the life we find ourselves, so that we could know the history of this country, Nigeria, so we could know what we've faced, so we could know what we've seen in the life of comfort. So I think and I believe that we could begin with this bank sector that I want to talk about, and which is the first bank that was established in this country. So let us talk about the person. The person, who is this person? How does it come into existence? And what made him as this inspiration of bringing an investment in Africa in that time? Because we all know that there was huge racism during that time in the 18th, 19th century. There was a huge racism, and the black are mostly into slavery as at that time. So why is it this person has this motive, has this vibe in him that he wants to do something, he wants to create something in Africa? Because no matter how we are, this can never be every white or every people who are in power that are in white that we hate or dislike how the black have been existing in the life we come for. So let us talk about the history. Let us talk about how we have come together to become more stronger as a person in the country. So I think we should begin right now. So what is the name of the founder of um, of the bank we know today? And the first bank is the first bank of Nigeria. That is the first bank of Nigeria. That was the first bank. But let us talk about this person who founded this bank as a whole. So the founder of the first bank was Sir Alfred Lewis Jones. So Sir Alfred Lewis Jones is not a Nigerian. It's not a Nigerian that found the first bank in Nigeria. It was a foreigner, and it was from the United Kingdom. And we will love to ask why did he have that inspiration. But let me go to some of his things, some of his biography, so that we can talk more about that. So let us talk about when he was born. He was born on the 24th of February. He was born on the 24th of February 1845. So he was born on the 24th of February 1845. So that was the area it was born. So you guys know that now that this thing that happened was a very long time. It was on the 18th century. That was when that was established in this country. But you know, when it was established, I have to say something. People were not motivated. People did not want to use such institution because it was not trusted. It was by the foreigners. It was the foreigners who introduced this area. So they were not motivated to save their earnings in this place. So let us talk about his. He was born in Wales, around Carmarthen. That was the area he was born. So let us talk about when he died. Our fellow Sir Alfred Lewis Jones died on the 13th of December 1909. He died around that time, very painful and very emotional. He died around that time, and which was very inspirational for everyone. and more of motivating because it was the one that brought alive when it comes to the banking sector to Nigeria, which we were all motivated and we're all impressed about. So let us talk about the occupation. Let's talk about the occupation that he came to this world to come and do. So now this is where I'm going to say some things about Lewis Jones. Now his occupation, it was a businessman and he was a ship owner. Now, if you say ship owner, during that time, there were trades within each country. There were huge trades within his country. So why did he went into trade? What made him go into trade in the first place? Because it was the trade area that made him have the interest or the love of him investing in West Africa. So when I'm saying that he was a trader, so according to what I read, in his early age, he loves one thing. He loves investing. He loves the business perspective, and he has wanted to build that in his life. When he was 12 years old, he has been trying his best to build himself to become one of the person that could be into investment and to make money in the life of comfort. And when he grew into that, he became the manager of this shipping company, so which made him a lot of bits wealthier. You understand? So he was one managing a lot of shipping, going through a lot of countries, and it from there he tried this idea of investing. He had this motive because he was one of the person who supported the black community in a very huge way. When it comes to Congo, when it comes to Sierra Leone, he tried his best. So he has that motive, and that is why he was the part of the person who wanted to improve Africa as a whole, most especially the West Africa. He wanted to improve. He wanted to make the glory shine, and that was why he established a bank in Africa at that time. And this bank was not called the First Bank of Nigeria as at that time. I'm going to go to that place. It was not called, they call it a name as at that time. So let us talk more about him. So what is the name of the Lewis Jones' father? His father is Daniel Jones. So that is the father of Lewis Jones. His father is Daniel Jones. So what is the name of his mother? His mother is Mary Jean Williams. So Mary Jean Williams is the mother of Lewis Jones, and which they've really motivated him and they've really improved him in the life comfort. So let us go to the title now. Let us go to the title. What has he achieved? What is the thing? What is the thing he achieved before he left this world? Because that's what really matters. Because the addition he has brought to us in this country has made this country more improved to create more a lot of even bank who are doing things that are not meant to be done. So, but he has bring us a area. The whites have brought out something that we could use to help ourselves. So now let's talk about the title, what he has achieved. He was once the founder of the Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine. He was once the founder of the First Bank of Nigeria. So he was the founder. He was the chairman of the Bank of British West Africa. That was the area I was talking about. He was the chairman as at that time. That was when he was in his early 20s. So chairman, he was also the chairman of the Liverpool Institute of Tropical Research. He is the president of the British Cotton Growing Association. Is the president of the British Cotton Growing Association. Is the president of the Liverpool Chamber of Commerce. Is the president of the Liverpool Chamber of Commerce, and is also the senior partner of the elder Dempster and Company. Um, let's talk about First Bank Nigeria, because I think that is the most important area we need to focus on. That is the most important area we need to watch on. So let's talk about that. What is the First Bank of Nigeria? What can we talk about that area? What can we talk about the First Bank of Nigeria? First Bank of Nigeria is a multinational bank and is a financial services. When it says a multinational bank, it's a bank that is created by multiple people, and it is a financial service. It is an institution that deals with money, that deals with the income and the outflow of money when it comes to getting interest and getting earning in the life to come for. So let us talk about when it was founded. It was founded in 1894. So it was founded by Sir Alfred Jones in 1894. So after that, it became public in 1970. So that bank actually, when it gets to a time, they have to try their best to make it become public. But there were some things that happened during that time before it gets public. I will talk about that thing too, because there were some things that occurred before it got public. So now let's talk about it. Now it was public in 1970, but it was listed in the Nigeria Stock Exchange in 1971. So that was when it was listed in the Nigeria Stock Exchange, 1971. So now let us talk about the old name. Now this is where I was going. Let's talk about the old name of this bank. When he first invested this bank in Nigeria, it was not called the First Bank of Nigeria. It was called the Bank of British West Africa. That was what it was called. The Bank of British West Africa. Now, what is it doing? What does it do? What does the Bank of British do there? It bring British shipping and trading agencies in Nigeria. So what it does then was more of shipping, shipping one thing to another. That was what the bank was more of doing as at that time. During that time, it's more of doing the shipping and every strategy, because Nigerians, the Africans then were not trust them. They don't save money. They don't do that. You understand? But it was also called the Standard Bank of West Africa in 1969. It's also called the Standard Bank of West Africa in 1969. I think that was when he left the company. That was when maybe that's when he withdrew a bit. A company took over the company. They call it the Standard Bank of West Africa. That was when the military of the country of Nigeria started getting an interest in this bank. They were getting an interest in this bank for the essence that they tried their best to purchase a lot of shares in this bank. They purchased and purchased and purchased. They spent a lot of Nigerian money to this bank. So, because as at that time, we were already independent, and we cannot try our best to be under a white owned bank. So we wanted to try our best to have our own bank, and the only way we can do it is an institution that has already been existing in the country. So we tried our best. The military of the country tried their best then to purchase that bank. They purchased a lot of percentage of that bank. So those people who owns that bank then, they were powerless because they own little share. So they had to step down. So by the time they step down, now the majority of the share owned by the country Nigeria, then they now had the power as at that time to what? To give it a new name in 1991. So that was when the area of First Bank of Nigeria was implemented till today. That was when that name was given to that bank, First Bank of Nigeria. And they held that name since 1991. It was 1991 First Bank of Nigeria was named in that area, but it was founded since 18th century. So let us talk about the location. The location of the First Bank of Nigeria. Let me talk about the headquarter of the First Bank of Nigeria. Is in Lagos. Is in Nigeria. So Lagos, Nigeria. That is it. So let us talk about the business location. How many business location does it have? It has over 700. I can't say the actual number of the business location it has, but I can say that it has over 700 business location across Africa, and it has over 200 or 250,000 locations across Lagos, across Nigeria. So when we say about 200,000 locations, that means locations that you can find a bank like First Bank of Nigeria. Those locations are the area that we are talking about. So how many locations can we see this bank in Nigeria? More than 200 places. We could see this bank existing, and people are saving money, and people are trying their best to transact. I want to say the truth. The first bank I opened was First Bank of Nigeria, but I tried my best, and it was super. That was the only bank. I have to tell you the truth. This truth today. That was the only bank I've never had issue with. First Bank of Nigeria. That was the only bank I've never had issue with, and I've been trying my best to consider and to have some concern that why is that happening. I wanted to open my domiciliary account in that bank, but I don't have anybody. I don't have any connection. I don't have anybody. They were telling me that I need 3 people from one place, 3 people from another place, 3 people from one place again. So I was not. I don't have that. So what can I do in that position I find myself? What can I do? I am hopeless. And that was why I tried my best to open another bank that could open domiciliary. But that was a disaster for me. I know a lot of money I have lost because I'm trying to use a bank different from the First Bank of Nigeria. This is a bank everybody recognized. My brother too had this issue. He tried to pay money on his this thing. Because I want to tell you how the financial history, it has damaged a lot. A lot of things is happening. And I'm very sure it's the people that are giving job in these places. Things are happening. People are complaining every single day. People are getting angry every single day. They are frustrated. Some people, they lose their money, they never see it again. just because they have a bank that they want to use. And I never know why I don't have issue with First Bank of the. But when I check it, my brother has this issue. He paid money to a subscription account. When he paid the money to the subscription account, it was showing processing. The money didn't go. We had to consult those subscription accounts. They said they haven't seen the money, but the bank is telling the guy that they've sent the money, whereas the money just stayed there, and he never see the money till today. I own a domiciliary account in one of the most recognized bank in Nigeria. And I'm not talking about the First Bank of Nigeria today. Most recognized bank in Nigeria, owned by owned by the son of a very, very popular and powerful politician in this country. Everybody will know this bank. Very popular bank. Owned by the son of a very, very powerful and famous politician in this country. And the issue I had was I tried my best to make a foreign transfer from my trading account to this account. I have not seen that money. And I have not been using that bank. I was using another bank then. I've been using it a long time ago. I used to see the money, but I had issue when time came. I had issue with OTP. Now I opened another bank. Now I'm trying to transfer my money from this bank, from this my trading account to this bank now. I can't find my money. And I was complaining. What they asked to give me is a rude, very rude reply. They don't want to answer me. They don't even want to hear what I want to say. And they call themselves the customer service. These are the things that are happening in the banking sector today in Nigeria. First Bank of Nigeria has been founded as they tried their best to hold the quality they have. But the other banks that have been opening now, there are very few of them who are very, 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 very recognized. This thing affected me financially, emotionally. It drained me, and it made me even depressed in the life I come for. I was hopeless. I have nothing to do. I have nobody. The only thing I have is this thing I am doing. I was hopeless. And it hurt me a lot. I had to have this belief that why are people like this? At least if there's something that is wrong, there's a way you guys could track this thing and there's a way you guys could get it down. But no, they don't even want to know. And that is the country we find ourselves today. But now, what will we say? We will say this issue is an issue of the leader. No, this is not the leader issue. The leader doesn't know that this is not happening. They are only trying their best to manage that bank. But what they are seeing today is that majority of the people being employed in the bank are doing some things that are not meant to be done. And it's affecting people. A lot of people I'm just talking about my own, but a lot of people that has happened to. But they have nobody to have a say for them. They believe that by the time you complain today, you complain tomorrow, you complain next tomorrow, by the time you are done, you forget about it. And they will have the say on the money. This is what is happening. And I want to talk about the employees. Over 16,000 staff has been employed in the First Bank of Nigeria today. They have a lot of staff and they have over 16,000 staff in Nigeria that have been employed today. So let's talk about the awards, because this is the first bank in the country that we all used to recognize, we all used to copy to create many banks today. Let's talk about the awards they've collected. They've collected the best brand and best bank brand in Nigeria from 2011 to 2016 by the Banker magazine of the Financial Times Group. They've been given the most innovative bank in Africa 2014 in the EMEA Finance African Banking Awards. They've been given the best bank in Nigeria. I'm totally award. I'm totally improved. I'm totally happy with this one. If this best. See, I've told you, since when I've been using that bank, they've never given me a headache. The ones that are giving me the headache, I couldn't believe that they could be giving me headache. And they've given me constantly. This is the country we find ourselves today. So, best bank in Nigeria by the award by Global Finance Magazine 15 times. Best private bank in Nigeria by World Finance Magazine 7 times. They've won it 7 times. Best bank in Nigeria by Finance Magazine 15 times. They've won it. Best private bank in Nigeria by World Finance Magazine 7 times. They've won the best bank in brand in Nigeria 2019 by the Global Brands Magazine. Best mobile banking app Nigeria 2019 by Global Business Outlook. Best financial inclusion program Nigeria 2019 by International Investor. They've collected best, and I accept. I support it. So Best retail bank in Nigeria 2011 to 2018 by the Asia Banker. So 21 of one of the list of best 100 companies for to work for 2019 by Jobberman Nigeria. So best companies to work for. And five on the list. They were number five on the list on the best workplace in the large corporate category. So these are the awards First Bank of Nigeria has received, which I really give them the kudos for. I give them the respect for, and I want to say the people who are on top, the people who are managing this thing, they should continue to keep that strength. They should continue to keep the quality of the First Bank to not be corrupted like the other ones that we find today in the country Nigeria. So let us talk about the leadership. Let's talk about the leaders that have gotten this thing. They've gotten position in this bank. We have the chairman today, Azan Odunkali. So that was one of the chairman, managing director or CEO Adesola Kazim Adedunton, executive director, public sector group Abdullahi Ibrahim. We have the executive director, corporate banking, that's Oluwatosin Adewuyi, and we have the executive director Patrick Iambo. So that is the whole sector that we are talking about. That they have worked in the First Bank of Nigeria, and they're really bringing out the glory. They're trying their best to manage, and they believe that the people they've employed are doing the right thing, whereas they're also doing the right thing. Political party. Let's talk about Alfred Lewis Jones' political party. Let's talk about his political party. His political party was the Conservative Party in UK. That was the party they have. And let's talk about the award he has collected. What was the award that Alfred Lewis Jones collected? It was quite unfortunate we couldn't give the family or this man some award before he left this world, but we were not issued to give him any award before he left this world, but he only got one award in the United Kingdom, which is the KCMG. What is the meaning of KCMG? The Most Distinguished Order of Saint Michael and Saint George. Well, you could go research on that by your own. My apology if I don't know a lot of details about this. My apologies. I'm so sorry. So I want to say thank you very much for watching my video. It is a pleasure. I want to say it means a lot to me. It is very emotional. A lot of things are happening today in this country. A lot of strange things. A lot of things that the leaders don't even know anything about. They don't know anything about. And it is happening. And it is making people struggle the more in this country. And making some set of people to enjoy the country as a whole, which is not making sense. Thank you very much. And I want to say continue to watch my video, and it's a pleasure for you guys to watch my video. Thank you.